Hey guys, Shooter4100 here. Alright, now here's my review of 2006 Royal Rumble. Yeah, so there's no other way around it. This was a bad show. Yeah, I mean, seriously, this show, it was just bad. Plain and simple. The show pretty much only has the Royal Rumble match. It has a couple of other enjoyable matches, but yeah, for the most part, show was just a complete stinker. Yeah, so, yeah, let me just get right into it. Alright. First match of the night was a six-way Texas Tornado match for the Cruiserweight Championship. It was Kid Kash defending against Jamie Noble, Funaki, Nunzio, Paul London, and Gregory Helms. Yeah. And yeah, this was, I guess this was alright. Yeah, this was alright. Kid Kash immediately knocked Gregory Helms out of the ring, yeah. And yeah, Gregory Helms was the only one from Raw in this match. Yeah, this match was open to all former Cruiserweight champions. Yeah, and then, yeah, everybody just was going after Gregory Helms at one point, yeah. And yeah, at one point, everyone was on the outside of the ring, and Paul London hit a shooting star onto everyone down to the floor, yeah. And everyone was just going after everyone. Yeah, at one point there was like some quick pin attempts, yeah, just like one after another, yeah. And yeah, and then at the end, Jamie Noble had a dragon sleeper on Funaki, and then Gregory Helms tried to go for a kick on Jamie Noble, and then Jamie Noble went after Gregory Helms, and Gregory Helms threw Jamie Noble out of the ring, and then he had a Shining Wizard on Funaki and pinned him. So Gregory Helms became Cruiserweight champion, and he held this title for well over a year. So yeah, he was alright. I give this about 2 3/4. And then next up was Mickie James versus Ashley, with Trish Stratus was the special referee for this match. This sucked. This just flat out sucked. Yeah, I remember I said in my WrestleMania 23 review that Ashley could not wrestle worth crap, and she cannot. Alright, this was just straight up horrible. Alright, the only thing I could pay attention at was Trish's referee outfit. That's like the only thing I could even look at. Yeah, this was just bad. And everything here just looked so horrible. The submission holds just looked like they were being held really softly, and this didn't even look real, and yeah, just no other way around it, yeah. Yeah, at one point, like, Ashley had Mickie James in a crucifix pin attempt, and Mickie James was down on her head with her legs over her head, and then her skirt fell down, and yeah, it exposed her ass. Yeah. And then, in the end, Mickie James won after pinning Ashley with a handful of tape. Yeah, Trish hesitated a little bit before she counted to 3. It was like 1, 2, and then she hesitated for a moment, and then counted to 3, and Mickie James won. Yeah, the match just straight up horrible. Dud. And then next up was JBL versus the Boogeyman. This absolutely sucked. I mean, it took like 2 or 3 minutes. Since when the two of them were in the ring to finally start the match. Yeah, I mean, yeah, JBL was hiding behind Jillian Hall, and then he actually shoved Jillian Hall into the Boogeyman. And Jillian Hall was just terrified, yeah. And then the Boogeyman was like laying over, like hoisting over her, whatever, yeah. Yeah, with then a mouthful of worms, obviously, and then the worms fell out of his mouth onto Chili's face, and it actually got into the side of her mouth a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, this was just straight up bad, and plus it was not that long. It was only like about 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. At one point, as JBL was smashing the Boogeyman's head into the announce tables, Michael Cole was telling him not to bring him over there. Yeah. Yeah, but then, yeah. The Boogeyman then won after a pump handle slam or whatever, yeah. The match just sucked. This also gets it done. And then we got the Royal Rumble match. Before it started, the Spirit Squad came out and did like a Royal Rumble cheer. Yeah, and Triple H was number 1 here, and Rey Mysterio was number 2. Yeah, and Rey Mysterio was dedicating it to Eddie Guerrero, and then his entrance, he came out in a lowrider. And yeah, this was a pretty good Royal Rumble, yeah. I think Rey Mysterio's win, though, I think it's kind of just a little bit overrated, because he didn't really, like, compete for the entire 62 minutes and 12 seconds, because, yeah, for a majority of this match, all he was doing was just laying in the corner. Yeah. So, yeah, Triple H and Rey Mysterio started it off. Then they eliminated the next couple of entrants pretty quickly. Simon Dean was number 3. First he tried to team with Triple H to eliminate Rey Mysterio, but Triple H and Rey Mysterio just eliminated him really quickly. And then Psicosis was the next entrant. Yeah, he tried going after Rey Mysterio, you know, and then he got eliminated quickly also, yeah. And then Ric Flair was the next entrant. He went out with Triple H, but he got eliminated before the next entrant came out. Yeah. Oh yeah, and while Ric Flair was in the match, and he was going out with Triple H, at one point he actually grabbed Triple H's nuts. Yeah, and then the next entrant, Big Show, came out. His hand was still in the cast from Triple H breaking his hand. But it was just like a small hand cast. It wasn't like that big thing he was wearing at New Year's Revolution. Yeah. Yeah. And then next up was Coach, and then he tried going after Big Show, and Big Show eliminated him quickly. Then the next entrant was Lashley, and Lashley was actually going at it with Big Show. Yeah. Yeah, and then Kane was the next entrant, and he also went at it with Lashley. And Lashley took down both Big Show and Kane, yeah. Then the next entrant was Sylvan Branier. And yeah. First he was telling Lashley that he wanted to team up with him, but then when Lashley turned around, Sylvan went after him, and then, yeah, Lashley got rid of him. Yeah. And then Kane and Big Show then gave Lashley a double choke slam and then eliminated him. Then Big Show and Kane started going at it. As they were like leaning on the ropes, they had each other by the throat. Triple H was able to eliminate both of them. It was similar to what Stone Cold did in 1997 with Undertaker and Vader. Yeah. And then Carlito was the next entrant. At one point he gave Rey Mysterio the backstabber. Yeah. And Chris Benoit then entered also. Yeah. And Booker T then entered the match also, and he got eliminated really quickly. Yeah. And then next up was Joey Mercury, and then Tatanka made his return here to WWE, yeah. And then, yeah, after Joey Mercury there was Tatanka, and then there was Johnny Nitro, so M and him was like really close to each other here, yeah. And then Trevor Murdoch entered the match, yeah. Yeah. And then Eugene entered the match, and he actually lasted longer than I thought he would. Eugene lasted over 15 minutes here. Yeah. And Eugene was going at it with Trevor Murdoch. And then Rey Mysterio gave both Murdoch and Eugene the Bulldog, yeah. Then the next entrant was Animal from Legion of Doom. He entered, yeah. Yeah. But then, yeah, RVD then made his return. And, yeah. And then RVD got rid of Animal, yeah. Then Orlando Jordan entered, and then Chavo entered. And then as Chavo was going for the frog splash, Triple H then just pushed him out of the ring and eliminated him. Yeah, and then after Eminem gave Tatanka the what was it called? Oh God, what was it? The snapshot, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, after they got the snapshot on Tatanka, they eliminated him. Yeah. Yeah, and then, yeah, Matt Hardy entered, and then Super Crazy entered. And then when Shawn Michaels entered, yeah, he eliminated Trevor Murdoch. Yeah. And then, yeah, Chris Masters came in, and then him and Carlito started forming an alliance, yeah. Yeah, and then Eugene then got eliminated by Chris Benoit. Yeah. And then, yeah, next up was Viscera, and he eliminated Matt Hardy from the match, yeah. Yeah. And then Shelton Benjamin came out. So, yeah, and after Carlito and Chris Masters teamed up to eliminate Viscera, Carlito then turned on Chris Masters and eliminated him. Yeah. And then, yeah, Goldust then came out, and then Randy Orton came out. Oh, yeah, Randy Orton was number 30, yeah. Then RVD eliminated Goldust. And then Jordan was eliminated by Randy Orton. And yeah, and then Eminem was teaming up on Shawn Michaels. Johnny Nitro accidentally ran into Mercury and eliminated him. And then Shawn Michaels eliminated Johnny Nitro. And then Shawn Michaels then eliminated Shelton Benjamin. And from the match, yeah. And then Vince McMahon came out. And Shawn Michaels was distracted, and then Shane McMahon came from behind and eliminated Shawn Michaels. And then RVD eliminated Carlito, and then got down to the final four: Triple H, Rey Mysterio, RVD, and Randy Orton. And it was like Triple H and Randy Orton against Rey Mysterio and RVD, yeah. But then RVD, he then got eliminated by Rey Mysterio on accident, yeah. Then Rey Mysterio found himself in a 2-on-1 situation against Triple H and Randy Orton. And at one point he did like a double 619 to Triple H and Randy Orton, yeah. And then eventually Rey Mysterio then eliminated Triple H from the match, yeah. And then after that, Triple H then just pulled Rey Mysterio out of the ring and threw him into the steel steps, yeah. Then it was down to Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton. And then, yeah, Randy Orton then had Rey Mysterio over his shoulder, tried to eliminate him, but Rey Mysterio was able to fight it, and he swung Randy Orton over the ropes and eliminated him, and Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble. So yeah, it was a good Royal Rumble. I give it about 3.5 stars. And then next up was the WWE Championship match. Edge defending against John Cena. Yeah, this was John Cena's rematch from when Edge cashed in the Money in the Bank at New Year's Revolution. This was good, I guess. Yeah, Edge was assaulting Cena a lot on the outside of the ring. And And Edge was beating down Cena in this match, yeah. And then at one point Edge missed a spear on Cena, and Cena got a DDT on Edge. And then Cena tried to do a dropkick from the top turnbuckle on the Edge, but Edge moved out of the way and Cena hit the canvas, yeah. And then Cena gave a 5-knuckle shove to the Edge, and then he went for a pin, but Lita was distracting the referee. And then, as John Cena was going to deal with Lita, Edge came behind and he accidentally ran into Lita. Then John Cena gave Edge the FU, and then he got the SCFU on Edge, and Edge tapped out, and John Cena won to regain the title. So yeah, it was a good match. I give it 3 stars. And then we got the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. Kurt Angle defending against Mark Henry. This was bad. Yeah. This was under 10 minutes, yeah, man. Yeah, basically, like, nothing happened here. Yeah, at one point, Mark Henry threw Kurt Angle out of the ring, and Daivari was a full pin Kurt Angle. Yeah. And Kurt Angle tried the Angle slam at one point, but yeah, he couldn't lift Mark Henry up. Then he gave Mark Henry a German suplex, and then he got the Angle slam on. And then, Mark Henry, like, he kicked Kurt Angle off when he attempted the ankle locker a couple of times, including once when Kurt Angle accidentally knocked down the referee. Then Kurt Angle went for a steel chair, and then he nailed Daivari with it. Yeah, and then he tried to hit Mark Henry with it, but Mark Henry grabbed the chair and just threw Kurt Angle across the ring. Yeah, then Kurt Angle gave Mark Henry a low blow, and then nailed him with the chair. Well, Mark Henry kicked out after Kurt Angle tried to pin him, yeah. Then Kurt Angle took the padding off of the middle turnbuckles and one of the corners here. Then Kurt Angle got Irish whipped in that corner, and then as Mark Henry was charging at Kurt Angle tripped Mark Henry, and Mark Henry's face hit the exposed steel. And then Kurt Angle pinned Mark Henry while holding him to the ropes, and Kurt Angle won. Yeah, the match really was not that good. I give it like a 1.5 stars. But afterwards, as Kurt Angle was celebrating his victory, we saw the return of The Undertaker since the Hell in a Cell at Armageddon 2005, yeah. And Undertaker was basically issuing a challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, and yeah, lightning hit the thing above the ring, and then it came down to the turnbuckles, yeah. Yeah, and then the ring just completely fell apart. And so yeah, it was like just an Undertaker challenging for the world title there, yeah. Overall, the show, I don't know, probably like a 5.5 out of 10. Yeah, it really was not that good. Basically just had the Royal Rumble match. Yeah, I mean, Cruiserweight title and WWE title matches were enjoyable, I guess, but yeah, everything else just, yeah. Alright, so that does it for my review of the 2006 Royal Rumble. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.